Hello everyone. So welcome to my second video of the day where I'm going to talk about my actual miner setup, my node setup, and what I've been trying to do over the last few weeks. Sorry about the background noise. We got people chopping trees in the background. You can see this is kind of where I am. This is where my actual setup is. You know, you kind of get like prepared with this is why I usually hang out on the weekends during the summer. Sometimes I stay here for weeks at a time, but this summer I've been busy. I don't have my multiple monitors set up, so I always end up going home during the week. So behind me is my full node, and I'm going to talk about that. And my miner setup is down there. I just connected the controller. So I'm going to briefly talk about my main problem right now that is preventing me from actually mining. And that problem is, I should drop like my name and stuff. What if I do this? Let's see here. Oh, there you go. So my current problem is, yeah, that line is going to be in the way. Maybe I'll drop my my tagline so everybody can sort of see it better. So right now my problem is the power supply that I have does not seem to be powerful enough to continuously power the miner. So all right, so what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to actually plug it in so you will know how long it takes to get shut off. And then I'm going to do screen share. I'm going to talk about my equipment. I'm going to talk about the miner and while it's going. Now, people said, so that's the fan. So the front part is the fan, and the back part is, I guess, not much. So this can't face the wall because the hot air is coming out, and it doesn't. And here is the power supply sitting here on the side. You can see it right there. And I'll talk about what power supply I have and why it doesn't seem to be working. So I'm just going to plug this guy in, and then I'm going to talk about the whole setup after share screen. I want to get this done in 30 minutes. And then please leave like comments and stuff. So once you turn it on, you pretty much should be hearing the noise right away as it's going to get louder and louder. Now, in the back of this miner, oh, it just turned green. It went from white to green, means it's in the waiting stage. And once it goes to blue, that means it's actually mining. Oh, wait, I unplugged some power. I was hoping that would work. That didn't help at all. Let me plug all of my 6 connectors, and I'll talk about this as well. I'm still missing one. Here we go. And maybe people can help me. I'm not an expert in this. I now understand why mining is so centralized. This was not simple. It has taken me weeks to get to this point, guys. All right, we are still in the green stage. So let's see how this goes. And I'll talk about the rest in a minute here. All right. So I plugged that in. Let's see how that goes. Certainly isn't making the kind of noise it was making when I was testing it last week. So let's see if it ramps up a little. And on this side, I can see its progress. At least I've made it over to that stage. Though it hasn't actually started cranking anything yet. Hope I didn't break this thing already. Wouldn't be surprised with my skill set. Well, let's see how it goes. It was shutting off on its own earlier. All right, so let me show you guys where I'm at and how I got here. All right, I'm going to go to screen share, and I'm going to walk you through what I have and what I'm doing. Yeah, I really don't like the fact that it's not making any noise anymore at the moment. It's not really doing anything right now, which is bothering me a little. When I've turned it on in times prior, it was already moving. So I don't know, maybe I already blew it. Who the hell knows? All right, so let me just do screen share and show you what I'm at. Then I'll get back to the miner part. I really want to be mining on the user-activated soft fork. Those that are watching me for the first time, here's my website. I will be writing an article and incorporating this video in. Again, if there is background noise, I apologize. I'm also not looking at the live chat. Hopefully everything is okay with the audio and stuff. If not, I don't think this video is ever going to come out because I don't really have much time. So, should I talk about the node first or the miner first? Oh man, let's talk about the node first, okay? So I needed to upgrade my Bitcoin full node. So if you are gonna, you can go to bitcoin.org, right? So you go to bitcoin.org in order to get the Bitcoin client. It should be somewhere in the download section. Get started with Bitcoin developers. Where's their downloads? I don't see it. Get started with Bitcoin. Oh man, Bitcoin full node. It'll take me to the same page. It's just that it's just easier. There it is, running a full node. Okay, so this walks you through all of the directions of running your full node, and it's actually pretty good. I mean, I'm running a Windows machine, so you got to download the client. The latest one, I believe, is 14.2. Okay, but I am doing all of this. Yeah, something's not working. Hold on, I'm gonna unplug and plug the miner back in. I don't like it. Not sure what's going on here, guys. Let's try this again. All right, now you hear the miner a little bit. And now it's done. Went to green, and I don't know what's going on. Not exactly sure what's happening now. Maybe I was further last time. Go back to my controller here. Everything should be working. I'm connected. Oh, miner went blue. And it might be starting to work. Okay, I'll get to that in a minute. Sorry, I keep getting distracted. Anyway, so I want to support the user-activated side. So I'm going to Google UASF. Okay, it's really cool. When I Google UASF, my Twitter comes up. Okay, also on my Twitter, if I go to hashtag UASF, it's also really cool how I guess I'm the most active user-activated soft fork Twitter account, and this is where I want to be now. So you see this blue right here? These are the people updating to their latest node of the user-activated soft fork, right? So I Google user-activated soft fork, and it takes me. Okay, well, miner is back to green. Anyway, I'll deal with that after. It's just bothering me. So a couple of websites here, right? So I'm going to open up this one, UASF.co. Open link in new tab. And that's where it's showing you all the info and which companies are in support of the user-activated soft fork and all that stuff, okay? More importantly, I'm going to this website, bitcoinuasf.org. This is where I just downloaded the latest client that is signaling that you are going to do user-activated soft fork. I'm not sure how you're going to enforce it. I'm not sure about that part yet. But this is the Bitcoin node that I downloaded, and I will show you the node when I go back to my camera, okay? And all these links will be in the description of the video, guys, okay? And here's more info on the release of the latest SegWit 1.0, BIP148 Bitcoin full node. It will take about a week to download the entire Bitcoin blockchain. So if you're going to do this, get going on it soon, download the blockchain, and run your full node. The laptop behind me is a nice, cheap, old laptop that allows me to do that, okay? So a couple of things when setting that up, right? And this website here walks you through how to set up your node. But also, oh, now I hear my miner behind me. Now it's cranking. Yeah, now we're working. I'll get to that. If you might hear it shut off because that's my problem. The power supply isn't powerful enough. I'm at 160 viewers right now. Let's see how many I get. So if I go to bitcoin.org, bitcoin.org. Bitcoin full node right there on the bitcoin.org site. So, oh, now you hear the miner behind me. Now it's cranking. And it just got shut off. Even earlier than usual. So that's been my problem. Anyway, I'll try it again in a minute. So here, nope, that is configuration and tuning. Here we go. So network, yeah, here we go. This is what you want. You want to open up port 833. And this part took me a while. I mean, there's very good directions here. But if you've never done networking before and you've never went into your router settings, this is completely foreign to you. It was foreign to me. So doing all this took a little bit of time and a tiny bit of frustration, but I got through it. Okay, and I'll show you guys. So this is the stuff that you need to set up your full node. Now, here is the mining stuff, right? So here is what I have. This is my setup. So this is the miner, the Avalon 741. This is the controller that connects to it. I did not know that this is a Raspberry Pi version 3. Not knowing that set me back multiple days and an entire day of trying to figure out what to do next. Just not knowing the fact that this is a Raspberry Pi, because I've never had a Raspberry Pi in my hand. I've never worked with one. I had no idea. So when you connect these things, and I'll show you when I turn on my camera how I connected them. When you connect these things, here we go. How do I connect connecting the hardware wasn't hard, right? There was a video on how to connect the hardware. Connecting the hardware is always easy. It's always the software that's a pain in the ass. So when they're talking about it, they say, oh, time to connect your controller, and then they talk about these Raspberry Pis and which software you need. And I had absolutely no clue what to do at this point. All right. So anyway, 1 second, guys. Oh man, sorry guys, I accidentally muted. This video is terrible. I don't even know if I should keep it or not. Hey, thanks. I just got a tweet that you guys probably saw on camera. So I totally screwed up. Lost sound. I don't have time to redo this video. So this is gonna be terrible. It's a terrible live video. Anyway, so what I was saying was maybe I'll redo it. Actually, no, I don't have time to redo the video, guys. I'm busy. I'm gonna drive back to New York. So it looks like my mining adventure will not work out, and neither is this video. But anyway, so the power supply that I have apparently works in Europe, but it doesn't work in the US because of the voltage. Comparing it to here, now now it should work. Where's my train of thought? So this power supply didn't even come with a cord to connect the damn thing to a wall. So you have to go out, like drive like 30 minutes to find a store to buy a separate cord to drive back to connect it. That was incredibly frustrating. It looks like this power supply is cutting off within minutes. So I can't even run this miner at all. And this is the recommended power supply, but it seems like complete overkill to pay $360 for a power supply to run a $700 miner, $60 controller. So hold on a second, guys. Anyway, so the setup's behind me. These were the directions. I don't know what I'm going to do. I also have to be in California, so it's very likely I will not be mining when it comes to the user-activated soft fork. But anyway, but I'm still trying. I'm still trying. You see the connector. I'm going to turn on my camera in a minute, and then I'm going to tell you the rest of it and where I am with Slush. Right, so I was just connected to Slush. This is my Slush account. You can see my username right here. So if anybody wants to mine on my behalf, that's fine. I don't care. I will get the rewards. So if I go to workers, that's my worker. I had just turned it on for like a minute when it worked for like a minute right here. I'm going to try to turn it on again. Somebody did suggest something to me that might work, but I'll be mining at a lower difficulty. And then you can monitor it right here. So this was simple. Connecting it to Slush was fairly simple. But this still took me, like I've already put in like 36 to 48 hours into this, and my miner is not online. So my actual conclusion to all of this is mining is incredibly specialized, and I'm somewhat disappointed with it. All right. So let me turn on the camera, and then I'll show you where I'm at. Like, I don't even care. Like, these accounts will probably not go anywhere. I'm going to turn on my camera, and then we'll take it from there. All right. So I got the camera back up. So let me go over to here. Let me show you the full node setup first. And then we're going to try something else. OK? So basically, let me show you like some of the struggles that took place. So you have the controller connected directly with an Ethernet line straight into your Ethernet line straight into your router. Okay. Now from there you have a cord connecting to the miner itself. You can do up to 4 of them onto one controller, and then you need a power supply to the controller. And that power supply, I have it connected to my computer, but you can also, but it's a USB cable, so you connect it to the wall. Let me turn this sucker on. Hope you guys can see this monitor. And so where do I go from here? So let me back up. I know I'm all over the place. This is going to be a terrible video. What is this? So when you set up your full node, and I wanted to also run a full node, even though these things are totally independent. Running a full node and running a miner, they're not connected to each other. So keep that in mind. But you want to do both of these things if you're going to support the user-activated software. I was able to accomplish it with a node. I'm struggling with the miner. I'm assuming it's a power supply. But if I spend $360 on a power supply and that's not the problem, I'm going to be even more pissed. So now you got to figure out, is it all worth it? And it has to be worth it, right? You have to be mining at a loss. So let me turn the camera away because I don't want to show my IP addresses here. So let me try this. So when I first node, as you can see, you can test it on this website. And there it is. It says that I'm signaling SegWit 0.3. Oh, can you guys see that? Or is it too bright? No, I hope you guys can see it. I'm signaling Satoshi 0.14.2, SegWit BIP148. Okay. When I just updated my node just now, let me block my IP address again here. You should now see that I'm running SegWit 1.0. That's the latest version of it. Okay. So that means I am running the latest full node. I hope you guys can see that. I'm not sure. All right. Here is the node itself. All right, let me get out of my IP address here. Here is the full node. It's basically, oh, that's not really gonna, terrible OPSEC here. Here's the node itself. As you can see, I have no Bitcoin on the node. There's nothing else on this computer, guys. This is basically a $150 computer I bought from Amazon recently. So if I go to receive, request payment, there you go. If anyone's interested in sending donations, I know it's not a screen share, but it should. You know what? Let me drop my tagline so that the camera works in full. I'm going to drop the tagline here. There you go. Okay, so there it is. There's my full node. Okay, let me close that. So when you connect the controller, the thing is the default IP address for the controller is this. The problem is that my router wasn't set up to pick up anything with a .0. So I could not access the controller. So this is where you have to go to your router and open up my router settings here. Hopefully, I'm going to block my IP address on this guy too. Let's see here. So again, this is for like beginners, but this is, I don't even know why I'm doing this video at this point. So here's your router settings. I'm trying to block some IP addresses. My OPSEC is going to be terrible on this. I don't know if you guys can see. So when you, and I'm holding the camera too. So when you're here, you go to that connectivity. On the bottom left-hand side, there's that connectivity. Let me go there. And this is where you'll see all my Wi-Fi passwords and stuff for my router. So I'm going to get out of there. And I go to local network. So when you go to your local network, let me block this. See a page like that. And those are like your local IPs that are connected to your external IP. And see where it says on the bottom, DHCP reservations. That's where you have to go to set up your full node. You have to assign your full node a static IP address. That's kind of like where you start. I'm not going to click on it because that's going to, oh, yes, I can turn the camera on me. I'm not gonna click on it because it'll expose all of my IP addresses to like the 10 or 15 devices that are connected in this place. Okay. Then there is another area in your security. And in your security, yeah, I don't think there's anything here to really see. In your security, you then have to go to that tab that's called Apps and Gaming, but in other routers, it looks like something else. And when I go there, hold on, I'm going to click on it in a second. And when you go there, you have to go to like port forwarding. And that's how you have to open up your port for 8333. So so like I said, this isn't it's not like trivial. This took me a while, right? If you've never done networking before, this is going to take a while. So next steps, the controller. I could not get access to the controller, right? So what I had to do was, and that was recommended, I have to go to my network setting. Looks something like this. Okay, so your network setting, and you connect the Ethernet line from the controller directly to the laptop. Man, from there, you can access that static address. Oh, no, wait, I'm sorry. You have to go into your network of the computer and change that network to be the same as the network of the controller. You can then have access to the controller. Once you have access to the controller, yeah, guys, this is not a very good educational video, but I only have like 10 more minutes. So once you have access to the controller, you go to a page like this. Right now, you type it in with a 0 if your computer is on a 0 as it's connected to your computer. And then you go and set it to DHCP so that it gets a variable local IP address from your router. From there, you would disconnect it from your computer. You would connect it back into your router, and then you can access it through your local network. Once you find out what that IP address is locally, it can be anywhere from 100 all the way to like 255. So on the dashboard, this is where it shows you, oh, there goes my OPSEC. I think you guys just saw my MAC address. That was stupid of me. Oh, well, if I get hacked, I get hacked. I don't really care anymore. Besides, this isn't my apartment. There's no Bitcoin here, so it doesn't really matter. Let me see here. Right. So this is that shows you like your hash rate when the miner is working, but it's not working right now. The other thing that it has is on Slush Pool, here's the connection. So there I am. There is my Slush Pool connection right here. And that's the name of it. And the passwords are relevant. They're not real passwords. They're default. They're just default because there's nothing to hack, right? If you put your own miner on my thing, all you're doing is you're sending Bitcoin to my. So there's nothing. There's nothing to hack there. I just threw an extra number on there. Reason. So right, and these are my settings for Slush. So when you're on Slush, when you're setting it up, you set it up here, so you can see that I am on the user-activated soft fork. Slush. I hope you guys can see that. Too bright. It's probably too bright. Yeah, if this video is completely terrible, then there's like a drop down here on the Slush settings, so you can choose with your mining gear. And of course, I'm supporting the user-activated soft fork. All right, so let's get back to the miner. So the one thing that I was suggested is in the settings for the controller, if you go to advanced, let me move the camera again before I start exposing stuff. There is a thing here in miner configurations allows you to offset your voltage. And I'm going to lower my voltage to a -2. And hopefully, it would be less power if I didn't completely destroy the miner already trying to mine it with an improper power supply. So let me save that. Let me see if that helps. -2, if you guys can see that, and do it. So as for the hardware setup, let me move it over here. So here's the hardware setup. So I have the controller connected to the miner through this guy. The miner is like this. Now it's a little warm. And here's the power supply, and it's connected with these 6 cords. And I don't think it matters where they get plugged into, though I kind of had them in a little bit of an order. Let me flip these guys. Or let me flip them on this side here. So, yeah, like I said, this video is, and I had no sound for like 20 minutes because I'm a retard. Like, I don't, like, here's the thing, right? This power supply has 6 inputs or outputs. But the miner, sorry, this one has 12. The miner has 6. So I have no idea if you overload one side or you kind of go across. Like I have like no clue if it even makes a difference. So maybe I'll like I have no idea. Like I'm totally new to this, right? So maybe I'll like I have no idea how to like set it up. So maybe I'll put it on this side. I don't know. I'll take this guy, and that you plug in back there, like yay. And we're going to try this thing one more time in a minute. I'm going to take this. Like I said, I don't know if I'm supposed to be overloading one side or split them across both sides. Like, I don't even know if it matters. It shouldn't matter, because if it mattered, I'm hoping there would be directions to tell me that it matters. Plug that in. And maybe I'll just take one of these random ones. Maybe I'll put 3 on one side, 3 on the other. I have no idea. I don't know. And then here it is. It's sitting on a carpet. Now it's sitting on wood. Like I have no idea what's better. And I'm going to unplug it again. Plug it in again. And you hear it working. See the light went on. Now it's 12.3. You hear the sound. Now what you can't see is in the back, the light just went from white to green, and it should go to blue. When it goes to blue, that means it's mining. And when it goes to red, that means it crashed. So right now it's on green, right there. Oh, in case anybody wanted to read the power supply stuff, let me try it like this then. Right, this is the cord that I had to buy separately. It's like the computer monitor cord, same thing. So let me see if this works. There you go. So this is the spec of the power supply. So if anybody wants to, like, give me hints, just leave comments. So now that the miner is cranking behind me, probably go back to screen share and screen share in order to show you the stats. All right, hold on a second. All right, let me go back to screen share as the miner works behind me. And this time I will go to mute on purpose for a minute. Okay, guys, I'm back. All right, so here's my Slush connection. Let me. All right, my miner is still green, so it hasn't actually started mining yet. I hope I didn't kill this thing already. Be surprised. How many people are still watching me? $66. I know I cut into Vortex's show on the World Crypto Network. Maybe, I don't know. One second, guys. I got like my microphone's all tangled. Yeah, this is why a lot of people do these videos and then edit them and stuff. I just don't have the time for that. I'm not actually mining on the network yet. Address for my node. 192.168.119. So if I go 192.168.119, that should take me to my controller. All right, hold on a second. Let me stop screen share for a minute. I'll get back to it after I log in to my root access. And I'm going to go back to my dashboard. And now let me get back to, let me get back to screen share here. All right, I'm back on screen share. All right, so there's the miner. It's doing something. I'm at only 600, so I don't, it's not really mining anything yet. Oh, now it's blue. Now it should be starting to crank up there. All right, the fan and you have the miner, but I did lower my voltage to -2. And of course, I'm, as usual, probably sharing too much information. So I'm on Slush Pool. Let's see how it is. Yeah, so maybe I've taken down a lot of power, like it needs to go up, like the fan is going up. And I'm going to actually connect it to Slush. Yeah. So let me see. So it should show up here soon that I have a miner online. I'm mining. You watched me lower the setting. Louder and louder and louder slowly. But this needs to go a lot higher. So as it's heating up. Oh, I'm hearing it crank a little bit. And it should show up on Slush. Oh, by the way, when you're on Slush, they're also very helpful. They walk you through it. It's fairly, I mean, like I give credit to them. This was my easiest thing. Like when I created a Slush account, adding a miner to it, setting up where the rewards from mining go, that was easy. That was simple. Thank you for that, by the way. Shout out to Slush Pool. And they pay out the mining fee to their users. This was the easiest part of the process, guys. The easiest part, oh, now you hear it behind me, right? The easiest part of this whole process was putting your miner on the Slush Pool. That was great. Everything else has given me numerous amounts of frustration, and now I do need to potentially spend $360 on a power supply, if that is in fact my problem, which it all seems like it is. So the miner is now starting to crank behind me. Let me go back to the setting. The fan is cranking, but the gigahash per second doesn't seem to be moving up. So let's see how that goes. Or is that where it's supposed to be? I don't know. Like I said, I'm new to this. My miner was getting like, it was shutting itself off within 5 to 15 minutes. So now it seems to be working. The fan is cranking higher and higher. Like I don't really know. Oh, I don't know if I'm allowed to flash that. If I am, then hope not. Watch, someone's gonna like hack my controller, but that doesn't even matter, right? Like, just one miner, guys. Let's see what's going on Slush Pool. All right, there it is, right? So there's my miner. It's working. I don't know what any of this means. So I don't know what my rewards will be or anything like that. I obviously haven't had any rewards yet. This is like their general rewards. And in the settings, I don't want to go to the settings, but in there, maybe I'll go to the settings. Let's see what happens. And right, so there it is. This is me supporting the BIP148 user-activated soft fork with my mining power on Slush Pool. And if I go back to general, if I go back to dashboard, there is my one miner. Current, like I said, I'm new to this. I'm learning as I go. To be working, it hasn't shut off yet. There it is. There's nothing on this one. I just gave it a cool user-activated soft fork name, so I know which miner this is. And here it is. So power, I went up to I mean I hope that setting to -2 on the actually helped. I did that by going to advanced version, and over there I lowered my voltage to -2. If this continues to work, -1, because the normal 0 offset clearly does not work. If I go back to like the miner criteria, it's a 7.3 terahash. So, to me, that's 7,300 hash per second, or gigahash per second, right? So if I go back here, the maximum capacity should be 7,300. Right now, I am at 6,200, and I was at 6,500. So that's, I guess that's not bad. Yeah, so it's still cranking. And let's see how long we'll keep it going. So far, so good. I've made it past this. It has to do with the fact that I spread around the connectors. They're not all on one side of the power supply. It's now 3 and 3. I've tried all of them on one side. This is the first time I tried 3 and 3. I also lowered the voltage on my advanced version settings. Okay, I'm still at 150 viewers. Hopefully, I didn't lose too many people when I was on mute for like 10 minutes during this video. It will stay the way it is. I don't even care. So, whatever, right? We'll see how it goes. So here it is. We'll see. It's still working. Still working. Still cranking. And then with the Slush Pool, you give them your Bitcoin address, and they send you Bitcoin in like 0.1 increments and stuff. You know, when you mine 0.1, they'll send it to you. So that's pretty cool. So shout out to Slush. I'll be in California on Friday. Hopefully, I got this thing fixed, and this miner will be running out here. And I'll probably be here on August 1st, you know, making sure that I'm fully mining and stuff. All right, guys. We're back on for a second, and then I'll be off. All right, so that's it. There it is once again. It's cranking. Looks like it's doing fairly well. There it is in blue. Blue means that it's mining. Slide this guy over. Slide this guy over. I don't think the back of it, like, there's no hot air coming out the back. Like, all the hot air is coming out the front. So I think the back can be against the wall. You can put it this way so people don't trip over the wire. says 12.1. It's a 12.3 before. I don't know what any of that means. This color flashes every now and then from green to blue to red. I don't know what that means. That color back there is blue. That means everything is good. Again, the controller is back here, and the full node is over here. But the full node isn't necessary to run a miner. All right. On this note, I'll say goodbye. I think World Crypto Network is running their show. I've already cut into it. So you can head over there and check out Vortex and Andrew DeSantis. All right. So this is the Tone Vase attempt to support the user-activated soft fork between the full node and the miner setup and mining on the Slush Pool for BIP148, and I'll keep you guys updated. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed this quasi useful video. I will put like the description of the video with useful links and all right. Oh, there it is. User-activated soft fork. Support it right there. Boom. And if it doesn't work, I just picked this up for later.